Chapter 3 Grim Tidings Stormwind Harbor. A heavy fog shrouded our approach to Stormwind Harbor. I was anxiously looking out to sea, hoping for a glimpse of the magnificent city the men and women aboard had told me about. For now, all I could make out was the lighthouse guiding us safely to port. Brother Paxton joined me at the bow, freshly brewed tea in his hand.
Close now. Should be mere minutes. Once we arrive, you'll only need to worry about your personal effects. The porters will unload the cargo. I've arranged transport for everything by cart to the valley. I'm anxious to get on with it. But given the state of things, I imagine it'll be at least half a day before the carts are packed and ready to leave. No sense in not showing you around, knowing your feelings about particularly hectic areas in big cities. I think we'll visit the Mage's Quarter. It's a beautiful harmony of nature and architecture, much more tranquil than the trade district. Blue Recluse has a lovely terrace nestled away in the greenery. Can think of no better place to readjust our sea legs. Ah, look, there she is now. Stormwind City, heart of the Alliance.
As I looked on, I saw lanterns hanging from posts coming into view, their gentle glow just now starting to push away the early morning mist. The posts flanked long wooden docks stretching out into a tranquil bay. As we approached, ships were coming and going all the time, and new ones were being built on a shipwright next to the docks. These had a bow shaped like a griffin's head. To my eyes, they looked very much like an armored ram. Behind the docks, situated on different plateaus, were all manner of siege engines, cannons and crates, and weaving through it all was a frenzied swarm of workers, soldiers and craftsmen, all cogs in this well-oiled gargantuan machine. The size of the operation was baffling. Truly, the Alliance had brought all their power to bear in order to tackle the fallout of the Cataclysm. But what really caught my eye was just beyond that. Rising above the harbor, a magnificent citadel of pale white stone commanded the skyline. Its towers and battlements seemed to climb ever higher. Winding staircases and ramps connected various levels of the fortress, and grand architecture could be seen as far as the fog would allow, breaking the skyline. Dead center of it all, elevated high above the water level, were imposing lion statues, overlooking the proceedings below like age-old guardians. The city was ancient, a testament to centuries of growth and power, which made what I saw next all the more heart-wrenching. Just to the right of the harbor, a crater, lava trickling forth from it into the sea. An entire chunk of earth had been ripped out, a gaping wound left in its stead. Rubble and ruined buildings were littering the ground. Utter devastation. I saw Brother Paxton's gaze also resting there. He was clearly uneasy, and I didn't blame him. Truly, you were not embellishing your stories, Brother Paxton. A city so mighty, with such history and all those resources at its command, to be so easily uprooted, no, obliterated. I shudder at the thought of it. How could anyone stand up to this monstrosity? Fear settled in my heart as we started to make port. Suddenly, the prospect of having to fight orcs didn't seem so grim in comparison. The dock was soon a flurry of activity. I found a spot on a crate at the far end, well clear of the porters, waiting for Brother Paxton to wrap up with the captain, as I heard a young gnome girl yelling out and trying to make her way through the crowd. "Brother Paxton! Brother Paxton!" Her shrill voice quickly drew our attention. Brother Paxton waved his hand in the air, hoping she'd see through the mass. She finally managed to squeeze her way past everyone, ducking under crates and through legs, almost getting trampled in the process, and breathed a sigh of relief as the captain cleared some space for her. "Brother Paxton, sir, I have an urgent message for you, sir, from Marshal McBride. He bid me to wait for your arrival and inform you that your support was urgently needed at the valley. A griffin has already been arranged for your transport. It awaits you further down the dock. A grave look came over his face.
Captain, I trust you will manage the cargo.
The captain gave a curt nod.
Here, lass, for your trouble.
Brother Paxton handed the gnome a small pouch of coins. She thanked him and looked anxious before making her way back through the crowd. Then our eyes met.
Flynn, leave your bag with the captain. We travel light. The griffin should be able to carry both of us. Oh, and son, best armor up.
The griffin waiting for us was truly majestic. I'd seen some before flying over Borealis with adventurers riding them, but never up close. It's only now I noticed that while their head and powerful wings bore resemblance to an eagle, their hind legs and tail were actually shaped like a lion's. I never noticed that from afar. Fitting, actually, for the Alliance. Our few belongings were quickly secured on the griffin, and before I knew it, we were both mounted.
Are you ready, Flynn?
Time and tide waits for no man, I said, more confidently than I was feeling. I worried about what lay ahead, but the thought of flying, exhilarating as it seemed, was my most immediate concern. This was a far cry from the Borealis ferry. I was just happy not to be holding the reins.
Hold on tight!
Immediately, I was pulled from my thoughts as the griffin kicked off with its powerful hind legs, and we were high above the city with a few fell swoops of its wings. Both the feeling and the view were astonishing. At the speed we moved, I had but a few seconds to really take it all in. As we cleared the harbor and flew over the city proper, I could see the Stormwind canals splitting the city into districts, each with their distinct colored roofs. Among them, a beautiful district where cobblestone roads had made way for green paths, a large tower jutting out between purple-tiled houses. No doubt the Mage District Brother Paxton had been eager to show me. The city gate soon came into view, and unmistakably, with it came two very large claw marks singed into the guard towers. I almost let my thoughts turn dark again, but before I had the chance, a wave of tranquility washed over me. Before my eyes, just beyond the city limits, a lush, sun-dappled forest stretched out. The tree canopies, a tapestry of emerald and gold leaves, reached as far as the eye could see. Occasionally, I noticed crystal-clear streams meander through the leaf-covered forest floor. We soared just above the tree cover, rustling the leaves as we flew by. The air was crisp, rich with birdsong, and sweet, carrying the scent of wildflowers and freshly fallen leaves. At times, I could glimpse portions of blue-tiled roofs through the tree cover, and I imagined a cozy village nestled deep within the forest. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, so at odds with the environment in Borealis, and I knew then where my journey would take me next. But I was getting ahead of myself.
Northshire is just up ahead.
I could barely hear Brother Paxton over the wind.
I pray we still have a warm home to welcome you in.
Our griffin took us north now. Down below I could occasionally see the road, winding and turning next to a river, which trajectory we seemed to be following. Soon we came upon a stone entryway, no doubt marking the transition between Elwynn Forest proper and Northshire Valley. Flying into the valley, the landscape initially looked much the same, save for the trees, which grew sparser here. But the similarities with the feeling I had above the serene forest just beyond the border quickly faded. Below, soldiers could be seen shouting frantically, carrying out orders, and even at this height, I could hear the sound of battle coming from down below. To the east, across the river that had been parallel to the road, a plume of smoke rose into the morning air, and the glow of fire was unmistakable. Dead center in the valley, with chaos on all sides of it, stood the steadfast Abbey of Northshire. Somehow, even now, it exuded a certain calm and comfort, like a rock in turbulent waters. The abbey itself was beautiful. Gothic arches and intricate carvings adorned the facade, while stained glass windows glow with a welcoming light from within. The structure was topped by a wooden bell tower, the spire reaching towards the sky, the front gates grand, open and welcoming. Your home is beautiful, Brother Paxton. It truly is inviting. I'm glad to see it's still standing. It seems we've arrived not a moment too soon. We landed just shy of the steps leading up to the entryway. Brother Paxton quickly dismounted and rushed to a man bellowing orders just a few yards away, while I was left to gather our belongings. They exchanged a few quick words, concern evident on both their faces. As I approached, Brother Paxton turned and looked at me with sadness in his eyes.
Flynn, I'm sorry. It's worse than I feared. I have to check in with Sergeant Willem immediately to support the battalion. They're in dire need of a healer. It's not quite how I imagined our visit here to go. I had hoped to at least offer you a warm meal and a tour of the Abbey. As it is, please, make your way inside and check with Brother Neil. Older chap, greying hair, goatee. The Marshal tells me you'll find him organizing the logistics in the library wing. First on your left. Make sure he gets you room and board and kindly inform him of the goods on their way from the harbor. You can leave my personal effects with him. Make yourself at home first, Flynn. There's plenty of work to be done after.
I protested, wanting to assist right away. It didn't feel right getting comfortable with the people of Northshire in dire need. But he was adamant.
Look, I need someone to bring Brother Neil up to speed and get everything inside. After that, if you want to help out, check with Marshal McBride. He's got a better grasp on the situation than I do. I have to head out right away. Oh, and Flynn, light bless you.
Brother Paxton raised his hands, and as he did, a golden glow appeared around me, and I felt more vigorous than ever. Entering the Abbey, I was suddenly cut off from the outside world. Everything beyond the walls was muted somehow. I felt safe, protected. Perhaps the light truly was at work here. Statues and alliance banners lined the walls, and people could be heard scribbling away and murmuring prayers, their voices echoing through the cavernous halls. Brother Neil was happy to show me my room and overjoyed to hear the aid was coming their way. My room was small but comfortable, tucked away in the bell tower, somehow even more secluded and quiet than the Abbey itself. Looking out my window, however, broke the illusion of peace. I could see tents flying the Alliance banner erected throughout the forest below. Armor racks were frequented by soldiers and fresh recruits. The enemy must not be far. Brother Neil had left me some bread and cheese with wine to wash it down, but I had no appetite. Though the hospitality was admirable at a time like this, I didn't feel right. The only way to repay their kindness was to help out. So I took up my sword and shield and headed outside.